students, welcome back to my channel. In the last class we have discussed that what is a resource and what is a development, what are the types of resources and what is the classification of the resources. So today we are going to discuss more about the development of the resources in brief. Okay, so here what we are going to discuss, that whenever the term development comes, okay, it is talking about the maintenance. It is talking about the maintenance of the quality and quantity of the resources. Okay, but during the development of the resources, whenever we are using the many of the techniques, methods, etc., many of the problems are being faced by the researcher or the person who is going to develop the planning for it. Clear? So let us discuss one by one that what are the problems that are faced by the person in the development of the resources. Clear? See, according to your NCERT, here are generally the three problems, basic problems, and which is the major problem I can say, that is the depletion of the resources for satisfying the greed of few individuals. You might have seen the persons in our society, in the locality, are not satisfied, isn't it? And for their satisfaction, it is a very big deal for a single person or the group of people to satisfy that single person, that now it is fine, isn't it? So there are few peoples whose greed, lalach, okay, that is not being fulfilled whenever they are having the ample amount of resources, but they need more. We say na, dil mange more, that is it. Okay, so due to that, the depletion means kami, okay, the stock of the resources are being decreasing, okay, decreasing due to the greed of few individuals present in our society. Second is the accumulation of the resources in few hands, which in turn divides the society into two segments. Like, you have heard na about zamindari system, isn't it? So whoever the persons are zamindars, they are having big lands, etc. They are having a huge amount of property, who used to keep different persons to look after their property, and they had if they are doing the agriculture and all, they can take the labors from the lower caste peoples and all, etc. So due to that, there is a division of the society into two segments, that is on the basis of the money, okay, that is rich and poor. Okay, so like if whoever is the rich person, they are the very superior in the society. Those who are poor persons, on the basis of the money, they are not the superior, they are just the inferiors in the society, and due to that also their development cannot take place properly. It is just be partial. Okay, and next is the indiscriminate exploitation of the resources led to the global ecological crisis. What does that mean? That indiscriminate means just jaise taise, okay, like people are using the resources, I don't know how, that the resources are being finished day by day. They are just their quantity is being declined day by day. Due to that, many of the global problems are causing, that can be the global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollutions, land degradations, etc. These things we will be discussing later in this chapter. Okay, but this is one more problem. So these are the general major problems which are being developed, which are being faced by the persons in the development of the resources. Okay, so for that, what we can do, that is the sustainable development. That is the sustainable development. So there will be the you can ask that this is also a development, this is also a development. So what is the what difference between them? So this was all about the development of the resources, but this is a type of development, okay, that takes place without damaging the environment. But nowadays people don't think that what the by us, what the people will have to face, what the people will have to go through behind us. They are just not looking, they are just taking their own needs and greeds, isn't it? So what is that sustainable development here? That development which takes place without damaging the environment. Clear? Means these developments takes place, but this completely do not harm the environment. Clear? Like for example, if someone is doing deforestation, they need wood, so they are just deforesting the forest. Okay, but we know very well that this is a land where the huge number of plants are here, which is giving us many of the other food items or some shelter to the animals, etc. So that is already a resource, but people are hampering that resource for their need and greed, that they don't have to spend money and they will get the wood and complete fuel from the forest directly for their fulfillment, for their needs, right? So that is the type of the persons that damage the environment. But if we are having the barren land, already barren land, okay, and we are constructing the big industries on that barren land, what is a barren land? Where we cannot grow any of the other food crops over there. Okay, so obviously that is just a wasteland, isn't it? That is just a wasteland. So okay, so we can use that land for the developmental purposes, for constructing industries, institutes, etc. Okay, so that type of development is called as the sustainable development. Okay, so for the sustainable development of the resources, for just cutting off the problems faced by the persons in the development of the resources, some acts and steps were taken by the leaders. First was the Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit 1992. Okay, in 1992, okay, many of the heads, how many? More than hundreds of heads met in the Rio de Janeiro, which is in the Brazil, which is located in the Brazil, for the first International Earth Summit, where they were discussing the problems which was related to the environmental protection and socio-economic development at global level. Means the problems generating at the global level, है ना? The problems developing at the global level for their protections and the development. Which type of development? Socio-economic development. They have met here at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992, where there were hundreds of heads who have discussed about it and signed a declaration on the global climatic change and biological diversity, which have been named as Agenda 21 in the 21st century. So let us discuss that what is exactly the Agenda 21. Okay, it was the declaration. What it is? It was the declaration, है ना, which was signed by the world leaders, again in 1992. Okay, for UNCED, that is the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which again took place at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Clear? And what was the aim of this? That is the sustainable development. For achieving the sustainable development, hundreds of heads have gathered at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992 for sustainable development of the resources. Clear? Next, coming to the resource planning. Listen, if we are going to do some project, right? If we were having already a plan in our mind, so we will not have to face that much amount of problem, है ना, for completing that. But if we are just a sudden person and just going into some project and all, and we will just create a mess, nothing else. Okay, so likewise, when we are using the resources, we are helping something or whatever, so we need a planning. planning. And what can be the resource planning, and how can be the resource planning in India? Generally, resource planning is very very complex process, very complex process. That means that it is a very kind of tough, right? Isn't it? Because in many of the places, the amount of the resources, the type of the resources may differ, isn't it? So it create many of the problems. So for that, people used to do the resource planning, and mainly in India it is a very complex process which involves these of the steps. It involves these of the steps. Let us discuss it one by one. First is the identification and inventory of resources across the regions of the country. That means in which region what kind of resource is present, which type of resource is present, how we can create different resources. That is simply called as the first step. Means at first we need to know that what are the resources we are having, isn't it? So this is identification and inventory of the resources across the different regions of the country. So this step involves surveying. Obviously, if survey will not be there, we will not be able to identify, invent. Mapping, qualitative and quantitative estimation of the measurement of the resources. That means we have to identify that how much amount of resource is present or available in our locality or different regions of the country. Next is the evolving a planning structure. At first we need to design a rough planning for the resources, okay, that how much skills, technology or some of the other individual setups must be used for that developmental plans, okay. And the third is the very important, that is the matching of the resources. Matching of the resources with the resource development plans according to the overall national development plans, isn't it? Like for example, you might have seen that when Mahina wala ration is gone, when there has to be taken some ration pani at your home, your father might be making a big list of the products which they want at their home for the whole month, isn't it? So isn't it, we are going into the market by preparing that list, and then we are giving to the shopkeeper is just taking and just giving that how much 1 kg of sugar, 2 kg of milk, whatever, and then they are giving, and at last they are matching that whether the whole of the list is being covered or not. So simply like that only we can discuss the steps of the resource planning. Just it is same like that, okay. Next, whenever we have discussed that development of resources, then problems faced by the people for the development of the resources, then sustainable development, Rio de Janeiro, Agenda 21, resource planning, everything. But what about the conservation? Conservation means by protection, okay. How can we protect the resources? Simply, protection of resources involves the proper utilization of the resources, proper use of resources, not overusing the resources by not keeping extra, isn't it? Or for distributing the equal amount of resources in the different people who need it, isn't it? So this is simply called as the conservation of the resources. And many of the people, generally the leaders at that time had done a lot for this. For the best example can be Mahatma Gandhi ji. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi ji had quoted a very beautiful line, that is, there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. Isn't it very beautiful? What he is saying, let me discuss. Like, हमारी ज़रूरतें जितनी हैं उतनी चीजें हमारे पास ऑलरेडी मौजूद है, ठीक है, लेकिन हम कभी भी किसी की लालसा को पूरी नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि क्या है ना कि वी माइट हैव ऑब्जर्व दैट किसी को भी कितना भी दे दो, दे आर नेवर सेटिस्फाइड, ओके. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन is not a satisfaction, that is simply a greed, lalach, okay, and no one can ever fulfill it. So, and also these lines have been contrasted in his book only, that is Small is Beautiful, which have been published at that time for just giving the view for the conservation of the resources. Clear? Okay, so that's all for today. We will be discussing more in the next class about land resource, whatever the land use pattern, etc., etc., types of soil. We will be discussing it in the next class. Till then, go through the notes, go through the video, subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.